Borderlands 2, a picture now, Borderlands Year 7. Ugh. Aren't you glad we didn't get that, Adam? I think Borderlands 3, the new console really does drop next year. I remember that Randy Gearbox thinking about doing a 2-year, 2-season pass for Borderlands. It was after the Headhunter packs, right? They said they were gonna have like a deeper progression system and shit. At the time, I was upset none of that came to pass, but looking back on it, I'm glad that it didn't come to pass. I think it would have been a mistake. The thing that saved Borderlands was the Xmas Headhunter pack. Do you think the bee should be in Borderlands 2? I liked Krieg a lot. I liked Krieg a lot too, but he was $10, and you know, for a lot of people, 2 years into the game, $10 for a DLC character was a bit steep. Those Headhunter packs were good. Ultimately, were good. They were ideal Borderlands content. They were small. They had a raid boss that you could farm. You know, they'd have a short quest. Headhunter packs were good. OP levels, not so much. Cool arena though. Cool arena. I would just wish it would have been for a skill point. So why not? What you want? I think the reason that they said they didn't do that is they wanted to still allow some skill variety, but they weren't close to that yet, to where you had like every single tree filled. We weren't quite that powerful yet. Do you feel they ended Borderlands 2 right? That's a good question, Adam. That's a good question. I think that they should have been more transparent that the end was the end. I think that I think there was a lot of maneuvering on 2K's part and Gearbox's part that they left us hanging too much. They left a lot of us that had been really, really dedicated on Borderlands for whatever reason. You know, still thinking that there was content coming, and I think that's what allowed Destiny to have such a chance, is that some people felt burned. None of us probably should have, especially in hindsight, but it's so loud. At the time, the way that it felt was like, you know, Pitchford's talking about another season pass, and I think that they're going to keep supporting this game, so I'm not going to move on to any other games. And they just didn't let us know that, hey, this is it. Like, you know, to Gearbox's credit with Battleborn, they didn't leave us hanging. They let us know straight up, it's over. It's over. It was a good run. They tried. I didn't like that they said they never planned for more than 1 year of content, because I don't think that's true. I think that they wanted to keep supporting it from everything they said outside of that one statement. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? I'd definitely be interested. But I think that they could have done a better job of either saying that the Headhunter packs were a treat, we're going to move on, we got more games we want to make. And that's one thing they didn't do, is you never actually knew it was over until pre-sequel. And nobody saw pre-sequel coming. Which just would have been an amazing DLC pack, and I wish that's how they would have handled that. I definitely wish Borderlands 2 ended better than the long Headhunter pack. That was the final Borderlands 2. I mean, it could have not been a Headhunter pack, so I'm not against the Headhunter packs. I think they were a good idea. I think it was good to have that content. I don't like that we were led on to believe that there was more coming from Borderlands. And so a lot of people, like, that from the Borderlands community felt like, what do we do now? What game are we moving to? Because we clearly need to move on, and it's going to be a long... And little did we know just how long it was going to be, but it was going to be a long time. Or 3. Think of it. We've had 2 Destiny games, 2 Division games in the same time. 2 of those games, which were live service games, basically. Games as a service, as close as they could come back then to being games as a service, and yet we didn't have a third Borderlands. There were only 3 years between this one and the second one. There were 7 years. 7 years between the second and the third. And the way that they're monetizing it, you know, at the wazoo, not with microtransactions, but like pre-order now, and here's $30 for the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands 1, and all these special editions, makes me think cash. They were finally hurting on money after so long. Not hurting to the point where they're going to close down, but like, we need a payday. 2K saying to Gearbox, yo, we need a payday out of you. It's been a while. I feel like they waited too long for 3. We went 4 years with 0 new Borderlands content. I think that 2K and Gearbox made some odd decisions between the success of the second one and the third game. But that happens to almost everybody. It's like, you know, you make a hit album. The one-hit wonder, which Gearbox is more than a one-hit wonder. I mean, maybe they only have this franchise, but at the same time, they're brothers in arms and the Halo port, and anyway, it's tough. You know, it's tough. It's like To Kill a Mockingbird. You're in a really tough place because you've just made a classic game, a masterpiece, just like Harper Lee had made To Kill a Mockingbird. How the hell do you follow up? You know, if you just hit a single, it's not too hard to follow up, but if you just hit 2 grand slams in a row, nothing really looks like. The only other thing you can do at that point is try to hit another grand slam. Your ability to hit singles has gone away. They were in a tough place, but I do think they could have handled it better. By saying, we're moving on, we're making new games, we'll be back. I mean, with them waiting too long, Adam, how many copies do you think Borderlands 3 is sold now? How through the roof do you think the pre-orders are? Because I would not be surprised if they've made 2 or 3 million pre-orders, you know, within the first hour. That might sound crazy, but I believe that. I think that they've probably pre-ordered so many fucking copies of the game already. Especially since it has a release date that's coming right up. Oh man, it's got a nice dot. It's actually really good. It's actually really good, stream. Holy shit. There's some fucking terrible atmosphere in this area. Oh yeah. That's what I think. That's what I think, Adam. That's what I think. So, you have to let me know what you think. And I haven't seen a legendary in a minute, though. Where the fuck are these guys? This whole area is confusing. I'm assuming we go up here. This is like Spinal Tap and trying to find the damn venue. Where are we heading exactly? Take a right, then a left, scramble across the block. We're gonna jaywalk over there. The blister's pretty good, actually. I'm pleasantly surprised by the blister's performance. Remaster's been a huge success for Gearbox. You do. How many copies? Maybe 3 million the first day, or total so far. I think you're probably right, Adam. I really do. Like is going $700 on eBay already, and it's just 24 hours later. I think no matter when they released it, unless they waited maybe 20 years, I don't know. Maybe the more they waited, the better. Borderlands 3 was gonna sell. Like few other games still can. There's still trust in the franchise. There has not been anything that's actually managed to truly compete with it yet. It, as Ashton said, it includes a wide diversity of people who like and enjoy it, from the casual to the hardcore to the, you know, black, white, purple, and green. Everybody likes this game pretty much. It's one of the few franchises that still represents that golden day of the late 90s and early 2000s in games when AAA had a lot of swing. It had a lot of leverage. It controlled things. And when a new game was coming out, it was an event and they controlled the press and everybody wanted a piece of it. Walmart paid you and GameStop paid you and everybody showed up at midnight and made a line around the block. Borderlands, like few other games still are, because maybe only 3 or 4 other games are still like that. God of War, Elder Scrolls, and Borderlands, you know? It's just a very rare bird anymore. The industry's changed a lot. People have lost trust in it. I think we've come close to a crash. So they could wait. They could wait. It's what's bad is they did almost tarnish it, you know, with pre-sequel. Not being terrible, but just not up to snuff. And that's the challenge of making a masterpiece. You know, if you're Van Gogh, if you're Vincent Van Gogh, you can't make stick figures anymore. You've lost your... People are not going to be patient with your stick figures. I guess if you're Blizzard, maybe, because, you know, you fucking 10 years between franchises, you make a shitty shooter and they're cool with you. Yes, those whites and greens, Lilith. That's loot, alright. Really has no competition. Yeah, right now. Yeah, right now. They're in the clear. Division 2 is not losing its community. Destiny's not losing its community, but its community has been halved. At least halved. It's down to just the hardcore, the devotees. Division is only going to gain fans and is going to remain, you know, it's fucking amazing. It's going to top Destiny for sure because they've managed to hit a home run with their sequel. Warframe's going to keep a community of people, but beyond that, I mean, 76 is going to keep a community because people love Bethesda. No matter how much they mess that game up, they're going to keep a community. And you found a cheese spot, Ashton. I think, maybe. Are we supposed to be able to get it up there? But nothing's gonna... It's all gonna pale in comparison, ultimately. Except for Division. I guess Warframe's really popular, so maybe Warframe too. But mostly the Division. Into what Borderlands is about to produce. Destiny 2 is losing a lot of heavy hitters, streamers to Borderlands. Can you fucking blame them? I mean, Destiny has fantastic marketing, so it was able to keep its people for a long, long time. But in my mind, it never surpassed Borderlands. And especially the economics of Destiny that we've talked about 15 million times over. The fact that this game right out of the box had more content than what Destiny ever offered you, and none of it was gated. You didn't have to be online. You could play split screen. You didn't have to buy DLCs. You could sit here and just the vanilla Borderlands, throw thousands of hours into it and farm and have fun, and nothing was capping you. Nothing was stopping you. You owned the game. The software was yours to fucking play with. And that is not what Destiny ever did, nor even hinted towards doing. It was always going to be on a server. It was always going to be you needed DLCs to go forward. It was always going to be a weekly time gate. We're going to soft cap you here, and we're going to hard lock you there. Your glimmer only goes to 2,000. You can have as much money as you want in here. You can only farm the raid once a week and the nightfall once a week. You can only have 3 characters. You can have as many characters as you want in here. You want to farm a boss, you can farm that boss as many times as you fucking want to farm that boss, because it's your game, damn it. It's your fucking game. You paid 60 bucks. You paid your hard-earned money for this piece of software, this video game, this hobby. It doesn't feed you. It doesn't clothe you. It doesn't give you medical insurance. It doesn't put a roof over your head, so we're going to make it a good purchase for you. That's what Borderlands offered from moment one, day one. It was funny, it was fun, it was engaging. Destiny never fucking offered it. Never. It offered heroin. It offered game designed by a behavioral psychologist. It offered a heroin drip. Drip, drop, drop. It offered beautiful atmosphere and marketing, which attached you to it. And when you looked deeper into the attachment, you found there was nothing there but vapor and dead roots. So it deserves it. Borderlands deserves the success, and you know, and Destiny really has to do some fucking soul searching, because it is unbelievable to me that they were able to get away with doing what they did on Destiny 1 again. And they did get away with it. People, you know, Forsaken didn't sell as well, but they still did the same thing. They released a game that was a shell of what it would become. They made you pay $20 2 months later to engage in their slow buildup of the shell. Another $20 there later on for the infinitely the same forest, which was again building upon the shell. And then they flesh out the shell when you pay $60 to repurchase the game, so that it's finally the game that you thought it would be from the beginning. So $60, $40, $100, $160 to $200 later, you finally got the game you were waiting for, but you're still locked to 3 characters, and you're still gonna have to pay for the fucking next season. I think what is it, $40 for the season of the Gambit? This latest thing, they'll have another. It's the same old cycle. You fool me once, shame on you. You fool me once, you can't fool me again. No, it's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me. I feel like I at least stopped personally, and many of you stopped too because you're smart, before you bought Forsaken. You weren't gonna be fooled again. You weren't gonna be fucking fooled again. Because it's pathetic that they did that. And people were, you know, we went down the road with them. I like this area. Air the dog. Air the dog. Like a dog that threw up the first time just to eat it, throw up the same shit it ate before. Destiny. Freak Show, congratulations. You got yourself in the quotes. You got yourself in the quotes, Freak Show. You, sir, are quote 120. Another annual pass, right? You gotta pay for it again. Now, they said they were gonna never do the microtransaction shit, and they did it. And then they said when they did it, we're only doing it so that we can offer you free content, which to Anthem's defense, I know we're not talking about that, but Anthem's defense, they at least implemented this system the way that Destiny said they would implement this system. No, you're gonna do the microtransactions, which only got deeper wired into the system in the sequel. And they're not just gonna be cosmetic like they were originally. No, now you can buy little perks and little bonuses and armor sets, and we'll make you grind an ungodly amount of hours to try to get any of that shit that's in the store for free. Even though you've already bought the game and you're already only renting it because it's on our servers. Yeah, we'll let you farm for it, but it's not very likely. You better not have any sort of life whatsoever, because you're gonna have to farm this constantly. Okay. And now, we've made all this money off these microtransactions that we swore to God would only provide you with free content and events. And now you have to buy the season pass. Now you gotta buy our fucking season pass. What happened to the free content that the microtransactions were supposed to provide? And they said, oh, it's gonna be a nice clean split between them, Activision and Activision Blizzard, this, you know, fucking monolithic corporation of the gaming industry, right alongside Tencent and 2K and, no, sorry, show. You know, a couple others. Sony. You know, it's one of the big 3, and which apparently we were supposed to assume was very benevolent, which is ridiculous at the face of it. They said, well, they have a very amicable split. You know why the split's happening? It's because they fulfilled their contract to a T. They've made Destiny 3. It's already done. And now they're suing one another. They're suing one another because they know that they fucking milked the golden goose dry. They literally jaded an entire industry of gamers who love their hobby and are willing to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into their hobbies and be social outcasts and be labeled in the news media as school shooters and, you know, have to defend our hobby at a constant because it's still not that normal compared to just watching television. And they made us jaded that we can go on rants like this. We never used to talk like this, us gamers. Now we're pissed all the time. And I think they're both like looking at one another after you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar one too many times, and mom finally caught you, and you're pointing at your little brother, and your older brother's pointing at you, and you're both saying you didn't do it, the other one did it. You're both guilty. And what's too bad in this long rant, what's too bad to me is that Destiny was good. Destiny had good in it. Destiny was pioneering in the shared world game. It was pioneering in the raids. It was pioneering that you could wear armor. It was pioneering in its game mechanics, which were honestly revolutionary. You know, it was not generic in the least when it came to Vault of Glass. It had an amazing world. It was extremely ambitious. It did make many of us dedicated and show off some of our best stuff. You became better at commentary. You were forced to become better at commentary. We were willing to do these rituals that were not easy, like the raids, weekly with total strangers. And it brought out good in gamers, and ultimately Destiny did a lot of good. But so much of it was squandered behind the business model. Imagine if Destiny had just been like Borderlands and had charged $60 and maybe, and then a season pass, but don't make it mandatory. Don't start to cut off the community with distinctions. Whether, there's the real paying player and then there's the GameStop player. Had it just been a fucking $60 title and done all the things that it did right, we never would have had these conversations. And we wouldn't. Borderlands would have to have stepped it up. Dude, it took me 3 months to get to level 30 on D1 after doing 3,000 raids. Now, see, isn't that a bitch? And people bitch about Anthem's system. They're like, oh, Anthem's broke. Bro, I'll tell you about this game. They're like, oh, it's just like Destiny 1 all over again. Dude, I'll tell you about this game. Adam did 3,000 raids. I'm not going to buy D3. I don't think I've ever gotten pissed while playing Borderlands to OP levels. I agree with you there. Yeah. I agree with you. And I didn't get pissed at OP levels. I just simply decided I wasn't going to do it anymore. I just decided it wasn't worth my time anymore. And I'm glad I did that because I would have been pissed at it. Loving you. I just hated it in OP levels. Every character had 1 or 2 builds that were valuable, and that's it. And you were just making yourself weaker, right? It was almost like a Destiny equation. Honestly, yeah. I mean, for a little while, Anthem. I wanted to say, because the level 1 gear was the best gear. There for a while, Fortnite did that route. That is a plague of the live service game, because they constantly are trying to balance on a razor's edge how powerful the character should actually be allowed to be. And what they tend to decide is not very powerful at all, and if they are going to feel any kind of power, we'll only let that last for a very short period of time before we introduce the next grade up in power. So that, yeah, you felt powerful, but there's no real reward for being powerful because the shit you're farming isn't worth your time, because it's not going to grant you any reward. So here's a fucking ton more difficulty so that you feel useless again. So you can choose your poison. Pick your poison. You can either be powerful and accomplish nothing, or you can feel fuck all powerful even though you've put thousands of hours into the game and still make some form of progress. But the problem in doing a system like that, where those are the two outcomes, is no matter how you look at it, you're doing the same. In which way do you want to be impotent? Which way do you want to be useless? Because you're only progressing to get to the same decision again. Not so in games with just a straight level cap. You got any elemental weapons? If I do, I'll give them to you. Ashton, if you're ready for a party invite, I'll invite you. And Justin, if you're still around, if you're ready to come in. OP 8 guns against level 70. You feel like kind of like Borderlands 1. Yeah, but then the same exact question comes up, Adam. Why are you doing level 72? If you're an OP character, what the hell's the value in doing level 72 content? It's like me going into Firestone right now. For some reason, Borderlands 1 through 72, Borderlands 2 level 1 through 72, and Borderlands 1 to its level cap, both I feel powerful the entire experience. I feel like I'm weak and only getting more powerful, and even at endgame, I'm still motivated to gain even more power.
I found some help.
I don't currently, Ashton. I have explosive shit for my build, but if I see fire or anything like that, I'll give it to you, Ashton. How much money Epic threw a Gearbox for Epic Store? I don't know why people are pissed at that. Just download another launcher. I don't understand that. Why would you be pissed at something that gives the developers more money? The Steam Store and Valve had a monopoly. They take 80% of the profits away, and then Epic flipped that. And the only thing you have to do is get another launcher. I just don't understand why. What the fuck is that to be upset about? It's nothing to download Steam, and it's nothing to download the Epic launcher. You're still going to be able to play it on PC. I just don't understand that controversy. I think it's fake. I think it's like everything else, and not everything, but most things anymore. It's just fucking being upset for the sake of being upset. Oh my god, I have to download the Epic launcher, which gives developers more money and will run just as well as Steam. Holy fuck. This won't be good. And they keep like, oh, Borderlands 3 is going to be a beta. They'll be able to knock out the bugs and I'll download it on Steam. Dude, have you played a Borderlands game lately? They usually come pretty much complete out of the box. Me either, dude. I don't understand. People are beyond Steam fanboys. They act like they're married to Steam. What the fuck's the point in that? Okay, you gave Valve billions of dollars. And most of that came at the expense of other developers, so I don't know what you're excited about. I hate that controversy, dude. Gotta change the diaper. Alright, sounds good, Ashton. Like, you know, fucking Boogie makes a video about it, and everybody makes a video about it, and all the I mean, there's people literally on YouTube dedicated just to making outrage videos now. That's their whole thing. Like that one guy, Yagayu or whatever, you know, he only reports the bad news. That's his whole thing. Same thing with Upper Echelon Games, it looks like, and a bunch of others. And so, you know, okay, Borderlands did so much good for the industry and has done so much good. And the one story that they fucking grab onto, it's really sad to see a company that you enjoy and like, I feel like should be grandfathered in and not have to be a part of the shit show of gaming journalism anymore on the internet. At least, you know, from guys like us, from YouTubers and streamers, because there's no ethics here. There's very little ethics in Polygon or Kotaku or any of those guys, but at least there's a slimmer of it. With us, you know, there's none. It's just clicks. Click, 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 clicks. And I don't think they deserve it. You know, tell me in what way they do. Because they're going to be on a different launcher. You can just download it for free real quick and you got the fucking launcher. You probably already got it anyways because Fortnite's the most popular game ever. So you probably already have the Epic launcher. So what the fuck are you upset about? I just hate having a bunch of different launchers for different games. Like, I understand the sentiment, but I just think that there's bigger things, Justin. I understand the sentiment, but as long as your launcher doesn't run in the background, it's just taking up, you know, like a meg of your memory, and unless you're playing multiple games at once, I still think it's of all the things that could be controversial, it's a very small thing. Like, okay, PC people have to have different launchers for their games. On top of 8 million other different things, they have to have different drivers for their games too. They have to have the right graphics cards for their games. There's a bunch of different things that aren't streamlined on PC. And it's the one thing that people found controversial, and then because of the current cycle, it's the one thing that got reported on. The Game of the Year didn't get reported on. 3, the improvements, the fact that they're saying this is going to be the biggest and baddest ever that they've ever made, the fact that they're doing instanced and procedural loot, however you want it. It's going to be it's not being reported on. The fact that you can play it offline. Do you know what a rare bird that is that you can play the fucking game on? I like everything in one place. I mean, again, that's 2K and not Gearbox. And Steam has to have competition. If you want to direct this conversation, ask yourself why Steam was allowed to have a monopoly for so long and make so much money off of this. Because the game, in no way, shape, or form did the game developers benefit from this monopoly. Steam took 80% of the revenue away. And now Epic's saying we're going to offer 80% of the revenue to the developer. The Epic Game Store is. So, I mean, and so the controversy of Steam having a monopoly and Gabe Newell, who's very, very intelligent, making billions and billions of dollars, in a very short period of time. To the point where Valve doesn't develop games anymore, except for one game called, like, Artifact, is somehow lesser than that Gearbox is putting Borderlands 3 on the Epic Game Store.
Somebody cover me!
Isn't that weird? How that argument gets weighted? And because it became a thing, it became a trending thing on the internet, now it's just assumed that must be an issue. It must be an issue that it's on the Epic launcher. Are you going to be playing it on PC though, Justin? And I'm not directing this whole thing at you, by the way. I'm just saying, I think you'll be on console with us, I assume, so you won't even have to worry about this. They are review bombing old Borderlands games. Why? Because of the Epic Store? This whole fucking generation has gone wild, and I don't understand it even a little bit. We're a part of the problem. When things like that happen, we're a part of the problem. Is it going to be the last Epic exclusive game? Why are we fucking upset? This is honestly like saying Walmart's been in my store, my town for 20 years. Walmart that is ubiquitous across the United States, still makes billions and billions of dollars, and I don't mind Walmart. It's capitalism. They won. It's like having a fucking Walmart in your town for 20 years. They took every job. They closed down every little small town shop, mom and pop shop, and suddenly Amazon comes in and opens a physical store. And being like, oh my god, how dare Amazon come in here and compete with Walmart? Dude, they've owned the market. they've had no competition in the PC game market. It'll change. Give this whole thing a year tops. A year tops. And the narrative will change. The narrative will change. I think that I honestly cannot, at the life of me, begin to fathom why this is a controversy. Especially if you're, older than 20 and have been PC gaming or gaming in general over the last 20 years. Dude, games were a bitch to even run. And now, like, our one argument is there's too many launchers. You were fucking lucky to have a PC that ran a damn game 20 years ago. I remember fucking Myst blew my mind. If you're old enough to remember Myst blowing your mind, and Age of Empires seeming like the most advanced gaming PCs could ever become, then I don't think you're going to be all that upset that you have two launchers on your desktop. But if you grew up with, 2 gigahertz at a minimum instead of fucking, they were used to be measured in megabytes, then you're not going to, worry about it much. At a 1998 IBM computer. Just happy when the thing turned on. Freak, there should be a master launcher to launch them all. Lord of the Launchers, now a 3-part movie coming out. I think someone will probably eventually mod something like this, but this is no different than, like, people being upset that there's Unix. Windows had a monopoly on the OS market for a long, long time. Microsoft owned it, still mostly own it. So somebody comes out with Unix, that used to piss people off that there's a competitor. Borderlands 3 isn't going to be the last to hate to tell the haters. People don't remember when Steam was complete shit. Yeah, because the Epic Store. People bitching about Epic Store probably on Collector's Edition for Borderlands 3. Epic Store exclusive hasn't stopped people from pre-ordering it. No, but it's really, really shallow to review bomb 2 critically acclaimed games because you don't like that it's going to a different launcher. Or just buy it on the damn console. It's not a competitive game. It's a really chill game. Just buy it on the console. If you're that upset about it. Well, then they'll say, oh, but PC gaming's for fucking, losers. Only the elite can buy a PC. Well, then you're a fucking arrogant asshole. People own consoles because it's cheap and it's accessible. For a lot of people, this is their only option as far as their budget is concerned. And I hear arguments from people who are smart. They're like, well, this is held back gaming. This has made gaming more accessible, and it would have never made as much money as it's made if it was strictly PC all the time. And you have to, like, it's the same exact market strategy that the Jaguar had, which was the 250-bit graphics back in the 80s. That the cards themselves were $250 per cartridge. And we're talking the 80s, you know. You think a family can afford that? The idea that gaming can only be really experienced if it's on the cutting edge all the damn time is ridiculous. A game is as simple as fucking playing solitaire with a deck of cards. The game design and the gameplay is first and foremost, not the system you play on it or how bleeding edge the graphics are. And Justin, by the way, again, none of that's specifically measured at you. I'm just not for the Epic Games Store controversy. And I am reading what you said, that I wouldn't be freaking the fuck out, but it is a bit annoying. I like everything in one place. And I understand that, and I'm glad you played Devil's Advocate. I'm not calling you out on this. It's, you know, I just don't like you said, like, it's annoying, but you want to be freaking the fuck out. And I agree with that, like, and there's nothing wrong with having the counter opinion. I just, like, again, the number one thing for me is of all the things you can say positive about Borderlands and Gearbox, the one thing that's being reported on because of the way that this works now, and has been for a little while, is the only thing we're going to talk about is the thing we don't like. We're not going to talk about all the things we do like that it's going to have procedural and instance-based loot, that they've dropped a number of bombshells, you know, very quietly yesterday, and that somehow didn't make the news cycle, but its Epic Store's exclusivity did. Witcher 3 is a game because they released The Witcher to console. Hey, I agree with you, Adam. I agree with you there. Borderlands exists because of consoles. A lot of game franchises do. No, I've never liked the PC Master Race attitude, even a little bit. 52 pickup, let's go! I think there's a Easter egg around here, Ashton, we ought to be able to engage in. Pretty sure I remember it. Shit. Damn it. Oh, that fucking bullet's coming towards my face is not making it easy to make a shot. I'll tell you that much right now. get it though. Remember, if you guys want to do the community a small favor and yourself a small favor, if you want to sign up through our VIP shift thing, you got a shift account. You've played a Gearbox game, you've got a shift account, Battleborn or Borderlands. You'll get our community VIP points by doing that. It'll take less than 2 minutes. We'll have all kinds of cool swag to start Borderlands 3 with for the stream. So I will be thankful if you'll help us on that. The link is there. Miss Rand keeps popping it in chat.
I've never seen anything like this.
Yes, those whites and greens. Lilith is always overreacting on this shit, no doubt. Alright, Ashton, there should be an Easter egg around here. We just gotta figure out. They should be able to see the ship on the horizon, and then we'll be able to run to it. Might be all the way out there. Just gotta remember. It's in this general area, though. Oh, so close. It's a melee one here. If you jump on this red box, Ashton. Good old Borderlands when it loves to be a platformer for some reason. Rip. Alright, sweet. Let's get you in here. Ashton, are you free for a party invite then too? Oh yeah, you are. Shit, you have been. Alright, good. People are gonna wonder why, like, is he really this much of an asshole in the YouTube videos that he's not fucking sending his buddies a party invite? Shit. If you guys aren't able to connect, we might have to go through Ashton again. Oh, there we go. We got everybody. Justin, Ashton, hello. Yeah, there we go. I didn't know you were free for our invite. Ashton, I saw you were hanging out with your buddies.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, Jones is my guy, but the other two are fucking silly.
Were you able to get up on that box?
Yeah.
Might be for the better, because it would have saved you me ranting and raving about everything in between for the past hour and a half. Are you doing Borderlands on Xbox, Justin? Oh, sweet. Good. Alright, let's do it. So you guys have your weapon slots now? The 2 and 3 slots?
I got one extra.
One extra? And what do you got, Justin? Three available. Alright, sweet. I'm pretty good shape then. We're actually over halfway through the game where we're at right here. We're
Do you
good.
remember how to do this?
Pretty deep.
This Easter egg thing?
Very, very dimly. I know that there's a ship out here. Do you know the way?
Nope.
I think we have to actually be able to see the ship on the horizon. The thing is, I don't know which way to run out, and I do know that the water's deadly. At least it used to be deadly. I guess it's not deadly anymore. Alright, well, I'm willing to run around. There's like 3 chests on that little ship, so we might as well find it. And I think you came in at a good time. Well, we got a couple quests turned in anyway. And then Tucker, it's his mod that I put on him. It's got bonus XP for us. That'll help too. What are you thinking about Borderlands 1, Justin? Have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, I'm still not quite where I was. Like, I still remember going through a lot of this stuff I've already been through. I'm almost at New Haven now.
Nice. Oh, you made quite a bit of progress today.
Mm-hmm.
This area hasn't even been fought through.
Side quests and stuff, but whatever.
I mean, you're already so leveled up. Not a good reason to even do them.
Yeah.
This area is either fresh or has revived itself. We were already here, weren't we? I think. I don't remember. Oh well, we got 4 people in here though, it's great. The loot should be good, and we're getting deeper into the game. What we want to look for is like the hint of a Christmas tree. And then that is gonna signal us that if we keep walking down this path that seems like it's gonna kill you, you'll actually arrive at a secret ship that has lots of loot. At least a couple chests, I think. It's gonna be somebody watch this YouTube video 10 years from now and they're gonna be fucking tensed and nervous so hard because I know this Easter egg like the back of their hand and we're probably looking right at it. Return! What up, Breakers? Welcome back. You returned at a good time. We got Justin here. We got Ashton in the party finally. We can get some more commentary than just me ranting and raving. And we're deep. We're deep into the game. I still think we'll see the Destroyer tonight. So we're getting pretty close. I mean, we're at New Haven. We talked to, I think Crimson Lance is coming right up. We're in that neighborhood. That's pretty much the second plot point, 2/3 of the way through the story. Do you remember this Easter egg, Wreckers? We need Neds? Not yet. We're gonna beat Destroyer first. Do you happen to remember this freaking Easter egg, though, Rikers? There's supposed to be that Christmas boat out here somewhere. Need to figure out the right path to run down.
I thought we were supposed to do something on land, but also I haven't done this since forever.
Yeah, me neither. We probably do. Probably some torch or some stupid crazy shit. I know there's something we need to do on that one Mad Mel's area. Oh, I suck. It's all the way on the back up to the middle left. Down this way? I see a dock out here. I don't even know where the hell I am at this point. Or where we were. Let me look at the map. We were out on this pier. Is it out on this pier and over? Or is it out towards this dock where we're going? I actually had, maybe I still have them. Here you go, Justin. Might want these. I think I may have accidentally... No, I actually just kept it. Yeah. It's all fair game.
Jeez.
I've got a siren mod I'm sitting on for one of you guys too. Just a like elemental thing.
Okay. Okay.
Oops, that's the assault rifle. Go up to the middle to the left area, then it kind of backtracks towards the entrance. This is the entrance over here. That'll drop us right down into the entrance, so I know we don't want to go that way. I'm just gonna take a risk, and I'm gonna berserk out towards that freaking area. Out here. If I don't find it, we'll know this isn't the right way. Or I could stop being lazy and just freaking Google it, but what's the fun in that? Turrets are looking at me. Oh, that didn't work. Don't do what I just did. Grandma Torque, the one that literally just got Anthony Birch a meeting in the office with Randy Pitchford, and he was really salty about it because he tweeted about it. He's like, "Oh, I got 3 days I can't go into work, and I gotta have a meeting with Pitchford." Of course, there's like 3 quests in those headhunters, and one of the quests is sit there and talk to Grandma Torque for 20 minutes. She goes on and on and on and on and on. Borderlands 1, what's the name of this area? Treacher's Landing, Easter egg. There's an Easter egg.
Oh,